Alright folks, I'm going to do step 1 of the sugar cookie icing demonstration. Here's what I have to say. You don't have to do it this way, but this is the way to make it look the most perfect. You need one of these. This is a piping bag. This plastic thing is called a coupler, and this is a tip. Number 3 I find to be pretty good for the outlining. You kind of need this to make your outline, because your outline is basically a dam to keep your thinner icing from running out. You need like a flooding icing is what they call it, to flood the inside. That's thinner, and you need a thicker icing for making your dam. I want to demonstrate this. I don't know if I can. But I think that this is a pretty good thickness for the outside. You see how it is? Doesn't necessarily go back down. Now, when you do your flooding, you're going to take the same icing. I suggest doing that so you keep your colors consistent, you know. And when it's thin enough to flood, you'll go like this, and that 1, 2, 3, in the count of 3, it would be smooth again. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3. See, this is not, so this is thicker. You don't want it so stiff that it doesn't go back down at all, because it'll be too stiff to push out of a piping bag. So what you want to do is take this icing, we're going to put it in here, and we're going to outline. Some tips for this: it's your first time, practice, not on a cookie first, or on cookies that you'll eat yourself. I'm worried that Canine's going to get those. Get down. Second thing, hold your, I will show all this, but you're going to want to hold your tip close to the cookie. If you're up too high, it's going to get, when you push it out, it's going to get all squirgly and wurgly and not stay in the straight line that you want to do. Again, practice. When you put it in, you're going to want to try to get the air out, and I'll show you this again, but you're going to hold it from up here and push from up here. You don't push from down here or your icing will back up. So this is step 1. One thing you can do, and I did this last time, and it sometimes is just as easy and works just as well, is to just do the thicker icing in a piping bag, and then your thinner icing, just thin it out and dollop it on with a knife or like an offset little spatula, and just paint, you know, use your knife to smooth it into the edges. The most important thing is that you let your firmer dam icing harden up a bit. So you need to leave it for, you know, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, and then go back in for your second round. You can split it up. Sometimes I do the outlining the day before I fill it in or whatnot. If you can do it all at once, it's best, because you do want your cookies to get back into an airtight. As soon as the icing hardens, put them back in an airtight container so they'll last longer. And what I do for my icing in between, you know, if I have, I'm not going to put it all in this bag, I'm just going to do as much as I think I'm going to need. Wet a paper towel, lay it on top of your icing, and put some saran wrap on top, and then it won't get a hard crust on it while you're working. So that is a good tip. Alright, come with me. I'm going to show you this. I don't know if I have a great place to put you. I need somewhere to put you. I think. Okay. See, this might work perfectly. Okay. Here we go. Alright. I don't know if you're going to be able to see what I'm doing, is my worry, but alright, let's try this. Alright, sorry. Can you see? Okay, yeah, you can. Kind of. Alright, I've got my thicker icing in. That down in there. All of that. I recommend these plastic disposable ones, because good God, they are a mess to clean out. And you want at least 12-inch bags. So, here we go. What you're going to do, you twist it so that you have pressure and the air out. Practice on your edge, make sure you got it smooth coming out. Alright, and then it just takes practice. Alright, sorry. I can't talk and do this at the same time. Right, this is not a project for kids. If you want to make a, perfect icing thing, I do suggest doing it when your kids are not. Alright, I'm done. I put it down to touch and I pull it in. I'll show you that. Up close. Okay, see? Alright, now we're just going to let that firm up. But you see how I don't start at an end where you're going to have, I started there, I went all the way around, and then when I'm done, I just pull it in. When I flood it, you're never going to notice that little tag bit. This icing could be a little bit firmer and still work, but not much. You really need to kind of practice. I'm going to do a count on this so I can tell you how long it takes for it to dissolve, and then you'll be able to approximate. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not really dissolving. 9, 10. That's probably going to be like a 20-second down. So, and it could probably be a tiny bit firmer than that, but not much. You'll see that this works pretty well. Alright, I will get back to you when it's ready to do the flooding. And again, you can make it just in a bowl like that and take a knife and dollop it in the middle once this is firm, and then just use the tip of a knife or a craft stick or a little spatula like that to bring it into all the edges. And then because it will be fairly runny, it will totally smooth out. But I will show you that. You also can make it the same runniness and just put it in one of these piping bags, put it in, and squeeze it out.